What's good with the fight fans, man? It's Kijana back with fight predictions this week. UFC Fight Night 175, Smith versus Rakic. It's going to be a banger, dude. I don't think that one's going to decision. I think somebody's going to get pieced up in that. Ranked 5 versus ranked 9, that's going to be a hell of a card, honestly. Or a hell of a fight. Yeah, I'm going to do my fight predictions a little bit differently on this one. I'm actually going to do my prelim video first. I'm going to start doing all prelim fights for one video, and then I'm going to start breaking it down for my main card predictions in my second video. I was going to break it down where I was going to just do a video per fight, but I don't know, man. I just feel like that's just doing a little bit too much. I know people are doing it so they can get more views, which is smart. I'm not knocking anybody. That's cool for you guys. Kudos. You're gonna get more views because you're gonna have more clicks, more plays, shit like that. So start getting paid from YouTube. But anyways, I'm going off topic. Yeah, so I'm gonna start breaking them down like that. I feel like it'll be a little bit easier and smoother for me. Uploading my videos, it'll be faster and shit like that. So I'm gonna go straight into the prelims, which is crazy. This is crazy right here. Sean Brady versus Christian Aguilera. I feel like this should be a little bit higher on the prelims, but Sean Brady's the top prospect. He's a pretty decent fighter. He's 12-0 record. Trains out of Renzo Gracie in Philly. He's 2-0 in the UFC. And his last fight was versus Ismail Nardiv, which is another top prospect from Austria. And Ishmael, dude, he gassed the fuck out. Sean Brady, I don't know, man. I picked Ishmael in that fight, but I didn't count Sean Brady out. I just felt like Ishmael was going to be able to piece him up. He's kind of got a karate style, which is why he's called the Austrian Wonder Boy. But Sean Brady has more of a well-rounded style. He can submit you. He has takedowns. He has takedown defense. And he's got pretty fucking crisp striking as well, and really good ground and pound. He pretty much has the whole package. Sean Brady has the whole package, and he has really good cardio. And we've seen that versus Ishmael Nardiv. He had way better cardio than Nardiv did. I was not expecting that. I thought that it was going to go a completely different way. I thought it was going to go to decision, but I thought Nardiv was going to beat him. So yeah, Christian Aguilera, he has a 14-6 record, 4 KO losses. He's 1-0 in the UFC. They call him the Beast. This guy has KO power. He can definitely knock you out at any moment. I think he came in on short notice on his debut. He has an inch reach advantage for this fight. But yeah, I mean, he's a KO artist. That's what you got to look out for this guy. He's very explosive. But Sean Brady has a high fight IQ, and for that reason, I'm going to be picking Sean Brady. I feel like he can get the job done. I just feel like he's going to be the smarter fighter. And Christian Aguilera has too many KO/TKO losses for me to pick him. 4 KO like I don't like picking fighters that have a lot of KO losses on their record. It's one thing if you have submission losses, but when you have a lot of KO losses, I just feel like your brain's fucking mush at that point. It's not good to have that many KO losses. I think over anything over 2 KO losses, that's it's problematic. You got to learn how to move your head, or learn how to have some better striking defense, or just don't strike on the feet at all and try to get the fight to the ground. Try not to get take too much damage, pretty much. But anyways, I'm rolling with Sean Brady. Next fight, Paula Viana versus Emily Whitmire. This one I put a question mark by, because both fighters are hit or miss. Paula Viana, a.k.a. Dama de Ferro, 10-4 record. She has 1 sub loss, which was her last fight versus Macedo. I did not expect that. I thought she was going to beat Macedo, just because she always gasses out in almost every one of her fights, and I thought Paula was going to take advantage of that. And she had a bigger body frame, but she didn't take advantage of that. She does have almost a 4-inch reach advantage for this fight, which is going to be pretty interesting. She's 1-3 in the UFC, and she's on a 3-fight losing streak. That just does not look good. I feel like if she loses this fight, she could get kicked from the UFC. Probably not, because she's a chick, and there's not that many chick fighters in the UFC yet. Like, there's a good amount. They're getting a lot more recently, but a lot of chicks are still on the rise. They're still looking for more female fighters, more prospects. Paula Viana might have another chance if she loses this one, but it's gonna be, I don't know, man. She's fighting Emily Whitmire, aka Spitfire, 4-3 record. They're both 5'5", but Paula Viana just has longer reach. 4-3 record, like I said, 3 sub losses, by 2 by guillotine choke and 1 by rear naked choke. She lost her last fight to Amanda Hebus, and that's not a bad loss to have. Hebus is a fucking beast. Emily Whitmire is just one of those people that just exchanges wins and losses, so it's hard for me to pick her. she's a decent fighter. She's not horrible. But I think I'm gonna pick Pauliana Viana on this one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick Pauliana Viana on this one. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Emily Whitmire beats her. I really wouldn't, honestly. Pauliana Viana has more fight experience as well, professionally. I don't know how much fight experience Emily Whitmire has, but she might have more fights maybe in amateur. But yeah, I'm rolling with Pauliana Viana. Next fight, Alex Caceres versus Giga Chikadze. Giga Chikadze is out of the fight now. Alex Caceres, a.k.a. Bruce Leroy, 16-12 record. That is a horrible, horrible, horrible record. 12 losses. But, I mean, I still like Alex Caceres. He has 7 submission losses, and most of them are by rear naked choke. I feel like he is getting better with his submission defense over time, but he still seems like the same fighter. Call him Bruce Leroy for a reason. He likes to stand and pretty much bang. He likes to fucking circle the ring, use his movement. He's got great footwork, and keep the distance. He uses his kicks very well, uses his range very well. He's a smart fighter. He doesn't take too much damage, but he does get submitted a lot. That could be problematic. It wasn't going to be problematic versus Chikadze because Chikadze doesn't take people to the ground, really. He's more of a kickboxer as well. But Kevin Groom, that's the guy, that's the replacement, or Groom. I don't really know anything about this guy. I didn't research this guy at all. I'm pretty much just finding out about this. But I might research him a little bit after I do these predictions. He's 21-12 record. They call him the hard-hitting hillbilly, which is a pretty cool name, honestly. He has 10 submission wins. He's on a 3-fight win streak, and then he's making his debut in the UFC. This is going to be interesting. 10 submission wins, and most of them are by rear naked choke, and that's pretty much Caceres' kryptonite. But if he can keep the fight standing in a smaller cage, which might be a little more difficult, he kept the fight standing great versus Chase Hooper. Those are the two people that he's on a 2-fight win streak. Those are the 2 people he beat, Chase Hooper and Steven Peterson, which are those aren't the greatest fighters, but Chase Hooper is still super young and super green, so he could definitely he has a lot of room for improvement. They kind of gave him Caceres a little bit too early, I feel like, too. But Caceres is good, man. They call him, he's like a gatekeeper. That's what people say, but I feel like he's a little bit better than a gatekeeper at times. But he tends to exchange wins and losses as well. He doesn't have the best submission defense, like I've said before. But it seems like he has improved a little bit, and he's improved on his takedown defense, so it's going to be harder for people to take him to the ground. I just don't know anything about Kevin Groom, and I don't know if he has any stand-up. I'm going to research him, but for now, I'll probably roll with the veteran. I'll probably roll with Alex Caceres. If you guys know anything about Kevin Groom, please drop it in the comments. If this guy's a beast, let me know. If he's not, then, I mean, they call him the hard-hitting hillbilly, so maybe he fucking knocks people out. I really don't know. But I know he has a lot of fucking submission wins. But he also has almost the same amount of losses as he does wins, so he's kind of similar to Alex Caceres in a way. So in that reason, I'm going to pick Caceres just because he's the veteran. Next fight, Alicia de Chirico versus Zach Cummings. Zach Cummings, 23-7 record. He lost his last fight to Omari Akhmadov by unanimous decision. He's got 2 sub losses and 5 decision losses. He's never been KO'd, which is really good. He has 12 submission wins, which is insane. That's a lot of submission victories out of his 23 fights. Half of them are submission victories. 36 years old. He's getting up there in age. I feel like it's almost time for him to retire. Doesn't have the best cardio at times. And he's fighting Alicia de Chirico, a.k.a. Monzo, 12-4 record, 2-fight losing streak, 1 sub loss to Eric Spicely back on his debut, I think. He's 4-3 in the UFC. They're both 6 foot. Zach Cummings has an inch reach advantage. But, oh, damn, dude. Alicia de Chirico has a 5-inch leg reach advantage, which is insane. So he has a really short upper torso. But, yeah, Zach Cummings is more well-rounded. He's got decent takedowns. They're not horrible. His grappling's pretty good. He's got good takedown defense. De Chirico has really good takedown defense, but the thing is De Chirico tends to gas out a lot, too. This is going to be the battle of cardio, pretty much. This fight's going to be based around cardio. Who's going to have the better cardio? Who's going to have the better cardio and who's going to have the willpower? Pretty much. That's what I see. But I'm rolling with Zach Cummings. I'm going to roll with the veteran. Alicia de Chirico hasn't really impressed me much being in the UFC. He is 4-3, so, I mean, that's a decent record. It's not horrible. But, yeah, I'm going to roll with Zach Cummings on this one. Next fight, Mallory Martin versus Hannah Cyphers. This is going to be a really interesting one. I put a question mark by this one on my notes. Mallory Martin, 6-3 record. Lost her last fight to Verna Jandiroba by rear naked choke. Vernon Jandaroba, she's a great submission specialist. We've seen it in her last fight. She got a submission victory very, very fucking fast. And she doesn't really play around with that. She takes you to the ground and she looks for submissions. Mallory Martin didn't really have a chance. Hannah Cyphers, she's aka Shockwave. She's 10-6 record, 3-fight losing streak. She lost to Agapova, Dern, Hill, 2-4 in the UFC. She also lost to, what's her name? Macy Barber. I think that was on her. That might have been her debut. It was a short notice fight, I'm pretty sure. She's a replacement fighter. Hannah Cyphers is tough. She's gritty. But I've said this in previous videos. She lacks confidence. She lacks a lot of confidence, and that translates into your fighting, dude. If you have confidence, you're gonna be a better fighter. If you don't have any confidence, it's pretty simple. You're not gonna be a great fighter. You can be average maybe, but you're just not gonna be a great fighter. Even if you believe in yourself inside, if that confidence isn't really kind of like there, and it doesn't really seem like it's there, hasn't really seemed like it's been building much, maybe a little bit. She does have the reach disadvantage by an inch in this one, but she hits hard, dude. She doesn't have any, I don't think she has any KO victories if I remember correctly, but she does hit hard. She's got fucking, Mackenzie Dern had a problem trying to take her down too. She has she's just strong in the clinch situation. She's got that farmer strength. I think she grew up on a farm or some shit. But yeah, Hannah Cyphers is tough. This is a really hard one for me to call. If you guys have any input on this one, drop it in the comments as well. I'm interested to see, because I don't know too much about Mallory Martin, and I know a little bit more about Hannah Cyphers, and I also know that she's had more fights. So I mean, I'm probably gonna roll with Hannah Cyphers on this one. Honestly, I'll pick Hannah Cyphers on this one because she's on a 3-fight losing streak, and this could be her career right here on the line. I think they'll give her, I mean, maybe they'll give her one more chance if it's a good fight. If it comes to like a split decision, or if it's close, they'll probably give her another chance. But if she gets dominated in the first round again, they might be kicking her out of the UFC. So yeah, I'm rolling with Hannah Cyphers though. I think she could possibly get the job done. Mallory Martin, I really don't know. The chick fights on this card are just so close. I just don't know who's gonna do what. But yeah, next fight, Maki Pitolo versus Impa Kazingane. I think that's how you say his name. Hopefully I'm saying it correctly. If not, whatever. Maki Pitolo, aka Coconut Bombs, 13-6 record, 1-2 in the UFC. Lost to Darren Stewart in his last fight by guillotine choke. I picked Darren Stewart in that one. Darren Stewart's a fucking beast. A lot of people sleep on that guy. He's getting better and better each fight he's in. He's definitely more well-rounded than Pitolo. Pitolo, they call him Coconut Bombs for a reason. He's looking to take your fucking head off. He hits hard. He's pretty patient, and he tees off. He tees off on the body a lot. He fucking fucks people up on the body. And you don't see people do that too often, but he has combinations to the body. Kind of resembles Max Holloway in a little bit with that. I'm not saying he's as good as him, so don't get that twisted. But he resembles him in the way he goes to the body. He just tees off 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 combos all at once, gets you against the cage, and just tees off on you. And then he'll go back up top. He switches it up, so I like that. He's got pretty decent footwork. Kazingane, he's 7-0, aka Chishlobo. I think that's I don't know how you say his nickname, but he's making his debut. He has 5 decision wins and 2 sub wins. I'm gonna roll with the debuter. Pitolo has been knocked out a few times, once or twice, I think, maybe more. I can't really remember, but they both have the same reach advantage, or the same reach. He's got a little bit more leg reach, 1.5 inch. Impa, I'm gonna roll with him. I watched a little bit of his fights. We didn't watch too many of them, but there wasn't really much to go off of. But I'm gonna pick him. I think he could probably get the job done. Pitolo's tough though, dude. Like if Pitolo's an underdog, that might be a live play. Also, if you guys know more about this dude, Impa, fucking drop that bitch in the comments. All right, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment. And let me know if you like this way of me doing the videos, splitting them up into prelims and main card. And then in the future, if it's pre-prelims and prelims, those will still be on the same. I won't make a pre-prelim video. That'd be pointless. Yeah, so catch you guys on the next fucking video.